Hi there, my name is Yafa Sakeja. I am a licensed life insurance and group benefits advisor in Ontario, Canada. And I want to tell you how I became licensed and how you can become licensed. So I run a company called Beneplan, and Beneplan was started by my dear father, Mark. And he was always like, you got to get licensed, you have to get licensed. And I just never felt the need to get my LLQP. I thought, why would I ever sell life insurance for a living? I don't want to do that. But if you're watching this, it's because hopefully you have identified that being a group benefits advisor is an incredible career. It's amazing for so many reasons, but you not only get to help so many people and use your magical powers for good to impact change for so many people that really need your help. But also it's an amazing career if you are in a work remote situation or you want to be a working parent or working caregiver. Business hours, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 8 to 6, 10 to 4, whatever it is. It's very important that actually we get more people to get licensed for the LLQP. There's a huge shortage of people who are willing to get licensed. Like I talk to other insurance bosses all the time and we're like, how do we get people licensed? And I talk to people who are working as a group benefits associate and I say, why don't you get licensed? And they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not really good at setting exams, or, oh, I don't know, I'm not a salesperson, I really don't want to sell. And I'm like, you know what, it is today, it's not, okay, it used to be like that. It used to be where literally the insurance companies like London Life and I don't know who life, like Crown Life would go to Canadian universities and recruit young males and they'd be like, okay, Jim and Bob and Tim, like, okay, you're going to get a desk and we're going to pay you and you're going to get a suit. You're going to come downtown. We're going to get you yellow pages and also write down a list of all of your friends and you're going to call all your friends. You're going to sell them life insurance. We're going to pay for your license. You're going to make money. We're going to make money. High five. It's all good. It really is not like that anymore. Please trust me. Like you don't need to be an insurance salesperson, but what you can do is be an expert when it comes to curating benefit plans for companies. And companies need benefit plans and people need benefit plans. It's really an amazing career. If you're not sure to get it because you're not sure where do you go or how do you even start, or you just Googled LLQP and you found this video, then let me just walk you through how I did it step by step. You don't need to take my exact path, but this is a path you can take. So when you Google LLQP, you're going to find companies like Advocus. This is not a promotion for Advocus. This is just the company that I used. And so you can see here, if you actually go to their education and licensing, you'll find the LLQP designation on there. If you're not sure, so there's the ANS, which is accident and sickness only. And then there's also the full. Just do the full. Like, just do it. It's not scary. You can do it. I don't know. I meet people that only have the ANS license. I'm like, I guess that's fine, but why wouldn't you get the full license? It's the same amount of time. I guess because you don't want to be a life insurance salesman. You don't need to sell life insurance. You don't need to do that. You can just help employers understand their group benefit plans. That's it. Just get your license, please. So, okay, so the life insurance module, you go through definitely all the life insurance basics. They do help you understand the math behind it. Don't worry, it's very simple math and they help you get through it. It's not algebra, it's not calculus. It's just understanding life incidence tables and statistics. So for example, we know that, 0.0005% of people in this age bracket will die every year. So you take that times the population, like that's basically your life insurance rate. So it's really helpful to see it's not rocket science. This is the crazy thing. This is what blows my mind. The passing mark is 60%. 60%. Okay. And then this is to take like the pre-licensing exam. When you do it, you'll log into Advocus. You pay the fee. What is the fee? Like 500. Okay. 395 Canadian for that. Plus for accident and sickness, you have another 395. Seg funds and annuities. Here we go. 395 again. I'm saying you don't need to use Advocus. Maybe you find a provider that's a little bit less expensive. Again, passing mark is 60%. And then ethics, which everybody needs to take, 395 again. Okay, so look, I have a bold statement. You can email me, yafa@beneplan.ca, and if you're like, hey, I'm going to make you a pitch that I want you to pay for my license, and in exchange, I will come and work for Beneplan. Definitely email me because we have a shortage of people who are willing to pick up the craft and start working. So you do the online module. Here we go. Let's look at features. They're going to show you. There's the practice exam tool. I took the practice exam tool so many times. And the reason why I like Advocates is because their practice exam really was much harder than the real exam. So when I would get 100% of the practice exam after literally 17 attempts, then I knew that I would do well. Quizzes is good. PDF content, text to speech. I never use the text to speech tool. I always thought it would be cool if, I don't know, somebody with a nice accent or a nice voice, Idris Elba, could read the LLQP material to me. Because if you ever print it off, like there's these thick stack. And so it's like this, like 4 different modules stacked on top. It's like reading an encyclopedia. I brought it on my honeymoon, which was a bad idea. I don't recommend you do that. But it was like something good to read on the train. So I don't know, register. If you can get your boss to pay for it, your boss will pay for it. I think they would be silly if they don't pay for it. Just ask. I mean, it's a really strong ROI to say, okay, you're gonna spend $1,000 or a little bit more. What is 4 times? Yeah, okay, $1,200 plus tax. No big deal for an insurance boss. They would be thrilled, literally thrilled to hear that you're gonna do this. So then you log in. I think my login is expired because, yeah, I did it a long time ago. Let's take a look. You're logged in as a non-member. Thanks for the reminder. So I just did this all online. I actually did this when I was pregnant with my first child. I kept delaying it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And then finally, I was like, okay, I need to get licensed to actually be the principal at this company. So I did it, but I did it like 9 months pregnant. In a month, I just crammed at the last minute. But then when it's time to do the licensing exam, it's open book. They give you literally an iPad. They gave me an iPad. It was open book. And you don't use the iPad a ton, but all of the LLQP course material is loaded on that iPad when you go to sit your exam. And yes, it's a few hour long exam, but it's not a big deal. Make yourself some nice tea, get your cute little pencils and sharpen them. It feels really nostalgic. You get to go maybe downtown, or maybe you get to go somewhere else. So the next thing you're going to do is find a licensing exam provider. So, okay, what I did was I went to the FISCO page. I guess it's not FISCO anymore. It's FISRA or FISRAO because I'm in Ontario. If you're in Alberta or another province, just Google LLQP Alberta and you'll see that there. But okay, so you finished your training course, like I did the Advocates one. You did your exam, so you have to click and find who is your local exam administrator. You get your exam results. Then all the requirements. Oh, you do need to get E&O insurance, Arizona Michigan's insurance. I bought mine from Advocates, surprise, surprise. And then you do need an insurance company to act as your sponsor. So how did I get an insurer to act as my sponsor? Well, I was already working for a company where we had relationships with insurance companies, and we just emailed them and said, hey, we'd like to license and sponsor a new person. One of them said no. One of them was like, no, we're not going to do this. The others were like, sure, of course we want you to get licensed to sell our product. That is very great. Once you do that, then you go on to your provincial regulator, like in my case, it's FISRA of Ontario. And then you fill out all the information, you apply, and then they'll usually get back to you. It's like a formality because once you've done your exam, you've passed your exam, you've done your course, you have your E&O. I guess the last step is when your insurance company acts as your sponsor, just be prepared. They're going to run a background check on you. They're going to run a criminal background check. They might run a credit check. So just be aware of that. They might ask you to pay for the fee. I think it's like a $20 fee or $30 fee to run your criminal background check with the local police department here. Well, that's what it cost me anyways. They're going to ask you for a lot of other information, like where do you live? And are you in any other industry? And have you ever been bankrupt? And a lot of information that's really personal and might seem a little private and invasive. But just know that because you're being licensed to help advise Canadians on something to do with money, it really is important to understand how good are you with money? Have you ever stolen money? Have you ever lost all your money? Like, it's just part of protecting Canadians. So if you have any questions on how to get the LLQP or get licensed, or if you're struggling with any part of the exam, definitely reach out to me. My email is yafa@beneplan.ca, or leave a comment and we will address it. Okay? Thanks for watching.